hello there. Welcome back to episode 51 of the Swindon lot. So then let's focus on the transfers. It's been a very exciting summer, but you know, things have progressed, changes have been made, some big transfers have been made, and some outs have also happened. So let's start with the most expensive out, Joe Allen, off to Brentford. Came in, did a job for us, just on a season, got him on a free, sold him for 1.6 million. Probably didn't make a profit, consider wages and that, but you know, I'm happy with his contribution last season. Aaron Cresswell is another one, off to Cardiff. He's been with us a little while now. Bought him from Southampton. If you remember, he was a January transfer. That kind of just worked for us. Made sense at the time. Moving forward, Taylor Cleaver, a bit of a strange one. Never really got a game. He was a victim of Mario Götze. He was the victim. If we didn't have Götze, the chances were Taylor Cleaver would have played a lot more football. It just so happened that it didn't work out for him, which is a shame. But, you know, he played here and there. Bought it from MK Dons very early, well, not early on, but like midway through this save. Moving forward, Carlos Akapo, another one he brought in a long time ago, just faded out into insignificance. Another one we brought in Contreras, and that was the end of Akapo, but he was a good backup for us, so we can't complain. Matthew Taggart, another backup left back that played a few years, but as you know, he's just had to move on, bless him. We'll miss him with love. Cesc Fabregas, obviously now retired from the game, 25 appearances. Didn't have a major impact in how he played football, but he was just there and thereabouts all the time. He was there, he's in and around the squad. He was a good person to have around. Barcelona, Arsenal, Barcelona, Chelsea, Swindon. Makes sense, doesn't it? And Sindrik is the only other real one of note. We've had him for a while. He's out on loan at Crystal Palace. I just don't know where to fit him in. I don't know if he's going to be good enough. Don't know if he's going to make the grade. And as you can see in a moment, we've brought some players in that may well just take his place long term. So let's look at the other side of the coin. Shall we start with the cheapest and go up? I think we should. Jean Luis, we've made a few loan transfers. This is the first of them. 22-year-old centre back. Just wanted some more cover at the back. Felt like we were lacking it last year and it really hurt us. He's not the best mentally, physically and technically. He does the things I need him to do. He can also he's a little bit versatile. He can play a little bit further forward or in central midfield if we get desperate, which is important. 6'4", a big old boy. So hopefully he'll do a job for us this season. Alex Goodwell, though, we've probably heard of him, haven't you? Yeah, Barcelona youngster at the start of the game. Very well-rounded stats. Can play left fullback. I'm thinking of playing a not a diamond dominator, but a sort of two wing back, one anchor centre back thing. And if it comes to fruition, then he's going to be the key man on that left hand side. Obviously, we've got Contreras on the right, who I don't think is a natural wing back yet, so that might be something I have to work on. I actually brought in two left backs. Pedro Galan can play left back and right back, more of a sort of suited left back. So obviously, I've got options now. This guy looks really good. On loan from Atletico Madrid, looks like he'll be a starter for them in the future. But to get him in on loan for a year, delighted with it. 15 tackling, good passing, good marking, good long shots, which I don't know if that's important. Heading's not too bad either. First touch, technically very, very good, as you can see. Mentally, again, lacking, but 22. Can't complain, moving our way up a little bit. Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, I've done it again. I've just signed someone old. He's about to return to full fitness. I signed him when he was injured, so hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. He can play the Ramdeuter position, which seems odd to why I've signed him. I'll explain why he's in a moment. But yeah, on a decent wage as well. Sami Khedira, another one, 34 years of age. Brought him in, much like Fabregas. Probably won't play a lot of games for us. But he's here for, 2 years? 2 years, gets to 34, and he's going to come in. He's a very experienced player. Mentally, I've talked about a few players that don't have very good mentals. Sami Khedira has exceptional mentals, so I'm hoping he can come in and give a little bit of guidance to the youth around him. Moving forward, Thierry Cacrou, probably won't play him that much. I've loaned him out immediately. I've got him in and then loaned him out again. Just one for the future. We'll see what happens with him. And now, this is where things get a little bit more exciting. We've spent money, people. Rarely does it happen with my saves. We've spent some money. Adrian is the first from Villarreal. Central midfielder, well, his stats are declining. Physically, absolutely fantastic. As you can see, I've gone quite Spanish. Or former BBVA players have come into the side. Technically, fantastic. Mentally, again, not incredible, but that sort of quad 4, 15, 14, 14, 14, very good stats in there. Work rate's very good, off the ball's good. Athletic, you'll see, I've played a couple of games already, gets up and down terrifically well, and it's the kind of player I've really been lacking now. Obviously good technically too, so that's important. And finally, Anthony Barrett, English left winger. We're going with the wider formation. That's why I talked about the Ramdeuter. Natural left winger, extremely quick. 20 acceleration, 18 pace. He's going to be a wizard down that left-hand side. Crossing's very good. First touch, not too bad. Technique also very good. Got him from Chelsea, did I? Yeah, very rarely played for Chelsea. In fact, he didn't play for Chelsea. He spent a lot of time out on loan. Didn't have the best of seasons last year at Southampton, but I want to take a punt on his pace, and I think he might prove to be a worthy addition. So the team now, the squad is looking a little bit like this. If we bring up the assistant reports, we've got one or two absolute stars in there, but all in all, we've improved the squad, and I think that was most important this year. If we don't do something special this year, next year, which would potentially be the final season for the save, should be quite the moment. So we've got a game coming up. As you can see, their last game, Mary Gertz have picked up a knock. If you look at the fixtures we've had so far, we haven't quite done a Europa League draw. We're going to do that in just a moment. The first result, 1-0 win against Norwich. It was a good game, actually. Mary Gertz are getting the goal, obviously, still in the squad, still producing big performances for us. And the next game is against Forest, a 4-0 victory. Daniel Sturridge with a hat-trick. We've kept him around, surprisingly, maybe. Potentially going to leave at the start of the season, but no, he stayed and he got a hat-trick for us. So we've got our just rewards. Now let's talk about the system then, because it's changed a little bit. We're no longer are we playing the narrow formation. We're playing a wider formation. And Pixie, we're going to go Pixie. Pixie, the main man, is our Ramdeuter. Now, I talked about Alexis Sanchez and why we brought him in, and I was looking at Pixie and I was thinking, how are we going to fit you in? I've got Casca and Sturridge to kind of be my front men. Admittedly, he would be an okay, but not phenomenal wide target man. His teamwork does let him down a little bit, but if you look at his highlighted attributes for being a Ramdeuter on attack, he's not too shabby at all. His work rate does let him down slightly, but everything else, my word. I talked about those four mentals on my attacking midfield. Was it Adrian I think I spoke about? 17, 18, 16, 18 for those sort of quad stats. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Those important stats is really, really like key stats to being a Ramdeuter. First touch and finishing, as we know, is fantastic, and his acceleration ain't too shabby either. So we've got him sort of out there as a Ramdeuter. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work out, obviously Sanchez will come in and we'll put him up top or something. I don't know. We'll change it around a little bit. But for now, we're going to try him out there. And as you can see, the first two results, we've not done too badly. We've got a game coming up against Aston Villa. But before we get there, let's take a quick little look. We've got a few draws to do. So let's do the Capital One Cup first. I'm not going to go through this one. But the Europa one, we'll definitely go through. Got Leicester. Oh, tricky game. They're still in the Premier League. They are indeed. So we'll talk about that later. Aston Villa away is the game, but before we get there, Europa League draw. Disappointing not to be in the Champions League, obviously. I'm not sure where our seeding is. We're now the best seed in the second pot, which is very useful indeed. Some big names in there. You can see City, Napoli, Milan, into some of the Italian giants that you'd expect to be there if we whiz through these ones. Right then, we can be in any of these groups apart from the Manchester City one, so let's see where we get put. Bilbao is the first one we're going to get. Oh, very exciting. I like Bilbao. I totally glossed over the fact we just got Hanover. I'm sitting here clicking away. And irony. Okay, then. I've never heard of them. They're Israeli. I've never heard of this team. I've got to be completely honest. This is their key player, apparently. And you know what? He's not awful. So yeah, that should be a good game against an Israeli team. Founded in 2000, so relatively new club. Obviously 20 years now, but yeah, not a bad group. Anyway, let's push on then. We've already had quite a long episode, but we've still got a game to bring you. So I'm going to skip it forward a little bit to the Aston Villa match, and I'll speak to you in just a moment. Right then, so before we begin, let's go through the team for today. Kasunuk still at the back there for us. A very familiar back line. Manamana, Abrakov and Contreras are still there. Galan will be playing at left back for this game. Wellington, Adrian in middle. Keep an eye on Adrian, really good player. Pizaruk, Pixie in the Ramdeuter role. Fakir is going to play behind Casca, who's getting his first start of the season, and Barrett on the left-hand side, who's already had a good start to his Swindon lot career. The bench looking pretty strong as well. So let's get into it. Obviously, a couple of injuries to Sanchez and Gertz, but I'm hoping for a good result. We're very counter-attacking because we've got so much pace about us. It's the way our style suits. So let's hope we go out there and get ourselves a result. We've already got 2 wins on the board. This season's not going to be as sort of in-depth as previous seasons. Obviously, another year in the Europa League, not very exciting. So if we get any cup runs or anything exciting like that, some big Premier League games just to update you, the chances are we will fly through this season. There'll only be like 3 episodes this week, I think, but we will fly through the season and get you some good action of the save. I think that's what you want and what you want to see. So moving into the first game, let's see how we get on, how we fare against Aston Villa, who have started the season in average form. 1 win, 1 loss, and now they're playing against us. They're at home as well. So important to see where Pixie moves around, how he's going to approach this game. Adrian's just been completely whizzed past. Vieto, as we know, is a very good player in this game. Gets a good shot on goal, blimey. Very nervy start. Fakir plays it to the back stick. Adrian doesn't quite get there. Wellington. Now I'm playing a little bit further forward. Obviously, he's very used to playing as the anchor man. This season, I'm going to put him a little bit further forward, rotate him around with Khedira, We've got one sort of youthful exuberance and one... Oh, is that a penalty kick? One youthful exuberance, one international experience of the highest order. We've got ourselves an early penalty kick. Who takes it? Adrian stepping up. I mentioned that he may be our key player. Maybe the new heartthrob of the Swindon lot. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But here we go. Steps up. Can he finish it? He certainly does. Bottom left-hand corner, and that's 1-0 to the Swindon lot. 5 minutes in, the Spaniard gets his first goal. Probably his first goal for Swindon, I assume. And that, do you know what? I'm not expecting any sort of title push, but our early season form, and 5 minutes into this game, things are looking pretty good. Can't complain. The last episode was a little bit longer. It was around 20 minutes, and people seem to like it. So I'm going to try and mix it up a bit. Occasionally we'll do like a 10-minute video, occasionally a 20-minute video. It's obviously, it depends on what's happening in the video. That's what I tend to base them on, but I like to keep them, watchable. I think that's the best way of looking at it. Thank you for the support recently. I've not really mentioned it because a lot of the videos were pre-recorded. As Casca goes in on goal, he fires wide. But we hit 5,000 YouTube subscribers, which is mad. I might do a Q&A. Is there anything you'd like me to do for like 5,000 subscribers? Let me know, actually. That can be the comment question of the day. What would you like to see me do for 5,000 YouTube subscribers? Have you got anything in particular you'd like to see? I don't know. I've got a new series coming up soon. You don't know about it yet, but I've got a new series coming out with Work the Space, which should be very exciting. We're going around the world. That's all I can tell you for now, but you'll find out more when I make a video about it very, very soon. And I'll tell you what, Fakir's put the ball in, and that man Adrian, 44 minutes gone, second goal of the season, second goal of the game. And that puts us in the driving seat. I told you, he's good. I don't think he's known for his aerial ability as such, but he does really well to get up there as he heads into that far corner. Oh, magnificent. Got to be pleased with it. I'm not sure his 3D model and his regenerated picture are very similar, but okay, we'll go with it. Right, so far so good. 2-0 at half-time. Obviously, thinking back to that Europa League group, Athletic Bilbao. It looked relatively easy, I guess, out of the teams you could have got from that first pot. I'm not sure how they've progressed up the ladder, but they're not qualifying for the Champions League in Spain, so, middle of the road, you expect, middle of the road. Nearly an hour gone here, still leading 2-0 and well on top. You can see that Aston Villa have barely had a kick. Barrett, first real action of the game for him, swings in the ball to Pixie at the back stick, hits it against the crossbar. He's had a few of those. He had one earlier, which I didn't even mention. Not too bad. Can Adrian get his hat-trick from midfield? It would be a turn-up for the book. 75 minutes gone. Let's make a couple of changes. Let's bring Kadira on for Wellington. Still learning the role. Mike Richards. I don't really want to take off Adrian, do I? In fact, let's put Adrian a little bit further forward and let's bring Mike Richards on that right side. I think all we'll do for now. Do you know what? We'll take Casca off. He's come back from injury. So we'll put Daniel Sturridge on. He's fresh off a hat-trick. So we'll give him a game. And after this highlight, obviously, the changes will be made. So, looking pretty good. 3 games gone. Currently on 9 points. Tell you what, Kasanik with a fantastic save. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. What can we get out of this? Can we break? Obviously, we're a counter-attacking side. It works better now because we've got the pace. We were trying to counter-attack last season without having the pace out wide, and I figured that was going to be vital for this season. Hence, I got someone in from Chelsea who had 20 acceleration. And he was English, which was obviously a factor, hence I had to pay so much for him. But I'm not too disappointed in Grealish. Is that Jack Grealish with the final touch? I'll be frank, folks, he's a bastard to me on this game. He always does something against me. He's loitering at the front post. The ball's knocked in. I'm not quite sure who puts it in eventually. Oh, it's Adrian clears it against Grealish. He then celebrates like he scored an absolute worldie. Outrageous. Oh no, a long throw. I've made some changes. Are they going to come back to haunt me? Oh my word, it's all turned round. It was so promising, and now within the space of 2 minutes, I'm being FM'd. Magnificent scenes. I love it when that happens. It's great. It's really good video content. Magnasco. Maybe that triple substitution was completely unnecessary, but that's a fantastic finish. Kastanek didn't get anywhere near it. And the clock has just run itself down. Surely not. Oh, folks, let's not start the season like this. No. I can't be dealing with it. I don't know how to influence what's about to happen. Grealish, oh no way. Kastanek makes the save, but holy moly. With 2 minutes to go, a corner for Aston Villa, surely not. Surely not. Okay, well that's another corner. Oh my God, I'm sweating. I can't believe it. Oh dear. Pizzi, ball in. Kadira, okay, it's semi-cleared and Sturridge is now onto it. Can we, tell you what, can we form a breakaway? Oh, I'd like that. Okay, well, Ball's just been knocked around here. It's very messy in the middle. Vieira. Oh, it's through to Grealish. Not okay. Contreras. When you need to rely on someone, he's the man you've got to rely on. I can't believe it. We were 2-0 up, absolutely cruising. I was talking about potential titles in the first half, and that's got to be some sort of foul throw. What's going on there? He ran forward, stopped, ran again. Can't believe what I've just witnessed. Taylor now bringing it forward for them. They're having the best part of the game in these late stages. Kaselnik stops it, and that's probably going to be game. 15 seconds remaining of additional added time that's been recommended by the fourth official, Galan. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what would you like to see? 5,000 subscribers. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Let me know. Right then, that brings us to the end of the game and the end of the episode. 2-2. I'm pissed. I'm going to just be brutal. Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. And the triple change has disrupted things. Taking Adrian out of the middle there has obviously made all sorts of errors occur. And yeah, not best pleased. Anyway, that brings us to the end. So from me, Dr. Benji, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this week's episode, or today's episode even, and you want to see more, please leave a like. If you can hit like 150, go on, do it for me. And I'll see you next time. With love, with care, from me, Dr. Benji. Goodbye.